at the end of the session. So if you do drop them, we'll get to them, I promise. And just for your awareness, aside from Britt and I, who we introduced ourselves here today, we do have 3 other fantastic teammates that will be joining us for the week at Ski Spec. Kathy Chandler, who's amazing, Jeff Inouye, and Tracy Moses. I think Tracy may have hopped on here. I'm not sure, but maybe she'll say hello in the chat if she's in here. So these are the familiar faces you'll see in the room at the event. All right, so a couple things before you go, things that you can start working on now, things in the next couple weeks as you start to pack. For a number of you, for the VA scholarships and Invictus scholarship folks, you'll be coming to this event, flying into Denver. We have our group transport going from Denver up to Breckenridge. If you need support through the airport, I encourage you to reach out to your local airport that you'd be flying to. For those of you coming with one of the groups, your group leads are fantastic and have done that for you. But that support exists for you. So if you need any connections there, let us know. We're happy to help you. And they will help get you to your gate, get you to us on the other side in Denver, which we'll talk about that in a minute. Check your gear. If you are bringing your own gear, this is a great time to pull it out and take a look at it. Maybe have been sitting in the bag for a year. It might need a tune-up. Your bindings might be broken. But now is the time to work that stuff out if you're bringing your own equipment. If not, we on the other side will work on getting you some rental equipment, which we'll talk through that process here in a minute. But also if you're just bringing your own personal equipment, like your helmet and goggles, just get that stuff out and ready, double check it. Also, if you could just confirm if you've got the right fitting outfit. We are going to be in cold weather in Breckenridge, or Breckenridge, like a lot of people like to call it. So make sure you pack your layers, bring your snow pants. We will have what we call a ski closet on hand at the resort. But it's not the newest and fanciest and most stylish ski gear. So as long as you're okay with that, you are welcome to borrow from that for the week. In regards to the other social events and things that we'll be hosting, you can dress however you like, but we like to call it mountain casual, which is a lot of flannels. It's really kind of a relaxed event. So whatever you're going to feel most comfortable in for any of those, whether it be opening, banquet, closing, etc. And we'll talk about the theme night, which is always something people really enjoy at this event. Download the app. It is currently in starting rendition. So if you do happen to scan this right now, you're probably going to see a Move United Education Conference logo on there. It will update in about a week or so, and I will email this all out to you. So I wouldn't get too ahead of yourself downloading the app quite yet, but I just want you to know that it exists, and it's a great place to understand where you need to be and when. And hydrate. You can start doing that now, yesterday, next week. The altitude comes with some issues at times. So hydrating is one way you can combat altitude sickness, which we'll share some resources out to you along the way here, and we'll follow up with an email with all these resources as well. Just a reminder, if anyone does have questions, feel free to drop them. Britt, if you need to interrupt me, please do. Upon arrival, so everyone's going to be, or majority of people will be flying in on Sunday, December 8th. If you're coming in a day earlier and you have plans to meet us at the airport, this all still holds true for you. We're going to be meeting at door 502 on the west side, if you are familiar with the Denver airport. If not, again, that TSA assistance that we talked about is a great way. Denver is a large airport, so it can be confusing. We will meet near baggage claim 19, and Britt, this beautiful face Britt, will be waiting for you right at that door. And we will share out her contact information as well. So if you feel like you're turned around and you can't find where you need to go, I'd encourage you to reach out to her. From our end of things, we're going to get you guys in order. So all you need to do is get yourself and your luggage to us, and we're going to make sure that everything is tagged the right way with your name on it. So make sure you check in with us. That's the important piece, so we can get it tagged right. It is a bit of a drive up the hill from there. So we encourage you guys to take really anything. Think of it sort of like a plane ride with your carry-on. Bring charging cords, any medication you might need, anything like that, because it's going to be about 2 hours or so. And even then, when we get off the bus, there's a number of things we're going to kind of filter you through pretty quickly. So you might not be in contact with your big luggage bags for a little bit of time. So plan accordingly. Britt will also be shuffling you onto the right bus at the right time. There'll be 3 different buses heading up the hill to Breckenridge. So don't worry. We have all your flight information. If you're running late or anything like that, we're keeping tabs on that. Of course, we would love if you let us know too, if you might know more information than we do on the other side of things, if you are delayed, but we will make sure that you get up the hill. Waivers, you're going to receive emails in the coming weeks to sign waivers, but you haven't done it by then. The bus ride is a great 2 hours to just get that done. So we have one less thing to bother you about. And hydrate. We'll have some snacks and drinks for you on the bus for the long ride up because it's unlikely that we will stop. So, Britt, any questions before I keep going here?
Nope, looks like we are all good so far.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. So like I mentioned in Breck, we're going to be at Beaver Run Resort. And so the bus will drop you off and we'll have a lovely welcoming committee there for you all. Those of you coming with the groups, your therapists have all been there and experienced this before, but we'll kind of usher you to where you need to go. Generally speaking, the order will be head to registration, which will guide you to. There'll be lots of signage as well. We'll get you through registration so you pick up your goodie bags and all that stuff. If you have questions about your lessons, myself and Kathy and Tracy will be there and happy to answer any questions you might have about your lessons for the week. And then we're going to try to keep things moving. Everyone's landing relatively early. So our hope is that we can get you through registration, pick up your Epic Pass if you don't already have one, and your equipment if you're utilizing stand-up equipment for skiing or snowboarding for the week. So there's kind of a lot being packed into that first day, but ultimately it makes it so on Monday we can get right out on the snow and make sure you guys getting as much time as possible out there learning and enjoying your time. So we're taking care of everything on our end. All we need is you to just show up and we'll make sure you get to where you need to go. After, ideally, we make it through all those steps we just talked about is when you'll check into your hotel room. So that's why we need you to check in with Britt at the airport and get the right luggage tag, because if it's the right color, it will get delivered to your hotel room and be waiting there for you when you get there. Hopefully you'll have a little bit of downtime after you check into your hotel room, and then we will do a warfighter welcome dinner that evening at 7 p.m. And this is all on the app. It'll also be on the back of your credentials, which I'll show you in a minute as well. But it's a free dinner, a small program, and just kind of a nice way to meet everybody else who's there for the week as well. So, and hydrate, keep hydrating, because the altitude will take your breath away, quite literally. Before your first lesson, we talked about this, picking up the Epic Pass. If you are not able to get to the Epic Pass window by 4:30, don't worry. We will make plans Monday morning to figure that out with you. So we're going to do our best, but we understand sometimes the snow and travel just slows us down. We're going to make sure everything's on the right racks when you deliver your rental equipment to us so that in the morning it's easy for you to find. And then checking out any needed ski equipment, which is really why it's most important for you to arrive 10 to 15 minutes early to your first lesson. That way we can make sure everything's in order. If we're missing something, it gives us a couple minutes to get it together before your lessons. And the morning lessons will be 9 a.m. to 11:30, and the afternoon will be 1 to 3:30. And we'll talk here in a second about how that split's working right now. And if you have the desire to ski or snowboard more, how you would go about doing that. Britt, any questions before I keep going?
Yep. So someone Angelise, it looks like, what would be the average temperature on the mountain, would you say?
That's a $1 million question. It depends on where you are on the mountain. But last year it was pretty frigid and very snowy. So I would plan for the teens consistently each day. And usually it's pretty breezy as well. So it makes it feel a little bit colder.
Thanks. That's for now.
That's it? Okay, cool. All right, so daily expectations, we already talked about this. If you could arrive 10 to 15 minutes early, especially that first day, because it's all going to be new to you guys. The resort's pretty large, so it's relatively easy to get turned around in there. So it gives you some extra buffer time. We have registered you all for half-day lessons for the week, and it will, here in the next week or so when the app is live, we will populate what half of the day your lesson is in. I'll also tell you here in a moment as well, except for the scholarship folks. Britt will communicate that directly with you probably after this call or later this week. No rush on that. So we will pair you up with an instructor when you arrive, but you need to come ready to be dressed in walking on snow at 9 a.m. or 1 o'clock. So keep that in mind. Bring all your gear with you. It is a long walk back to your room. While we're all going to be housed right within Beaver Run, it's not a short roller walk. So try to think twice, check your bag, make sure you have everything you're going to need for the day, including a water bottle. You'll have voucher for food and stuff. So I would bring all of that with you. We do also offer a soup lunch throughout the week. A lovely family makes it for us. So that will be available to you. And it's pretty close to where we'll be stationed for the week as well. So, and then, yeah, just check in with us. And if there's concerns throughout the week, just know that Brett, myself, Tracy, Kathy, Jeff are all available. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You'll have our contact information as well.
Dana, another question. Will we be able to rent helmet and goggles if we don't own them? Is that part of the equipment?
We have them available. Two things. Helmets can be either taken out with the rental skis and snowboard in that shop or in the ski closet, which we keep right in the Learn to Ski room in the BOEC Breckenridge Outdoor Education Center. They are so kind to bring that equipment to us. So there will be stuff for you to borrow. Again, probably not the newest, most fashionable, but definitely safe and user friendly.
Thanks. That's it for now.
All right. More than just lessons. Well, everybody loves the lesson portion, and that's what we're here for. There's great things happening all the time. And the app will be a great place for you to do this. Britt, if you don't mind dropping the schedule in the chat for the week.
I shared it. I will reshare it again.
Okay, cool. That gives you just a good picture of what's going on for the week. But like I mentioned, for daily meals, we'll give you guys, it's almost like a credit card. Well, this year it's going to be a credit card, which is really exciting instead of a bunch of individual meal vouchers that can be used on the Beaver Run premises for meals. So lunch will be the soup lunch each day if you choose. If you want to use your voucher for a meal somewhere else, you can do that too. Banquet dinners are included. So that Warfighter welcome dinner you'll receive Sunday night will have an opening banquet and a closing banquet. Social activities, we'll have bingo night on I think I'm saying this right, Tuesday night. Yes. And then Thursday night is the infamous theme night, which I'm sure many have heard about. And this year it will be heavy metal and rock and roll themed. And that's just a fun night to get together with everyone and have a good time. We also will have a couple free clinics for you to take advantage of, like sled hockey and yoga. And these are all just things that are included and happening either in the mornings or afternoons. And we'd encourage you to try everything out, enjoy your time while you're there, and meet new people.
Dana, going back to equipment, can you be a little bit more specific about exactly what rentals might include? Someone's asking specifically about ski boots and if they'll be included.
Yeah, so if you are, well, any type of skier, stand-up skier, sit skier, snowboarder, the rental shop will take you to on Sunday, hopefully if time allows. You will get your boots, your skis, your poles through, or your snowboard and your snowboard boots. If you're a sit skier, we will work on your sit equipment Monday morning. It all gets pulled in at night and warmed up for you. So the fitting process will be part of your first lesson for that. Does that make sense? Was there another question, Britt?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Event schedule, we talked a little bit about this, but the event app will be updated soon. Hang tight there. But as far as the daily schedule, the Walter Reed group, we have you taking morning lessons currently, 9 to 11:30. BAMC, afternoon, 1 to 3:30. BLESMA, if any of you are on for full days right now. And then the VA scholarship, you guys are kind of sprinkled throughout. So we'll communicate that out with you and it will be available in your app, hopefully in the next week or so here. I also have this is me, my fake credential on the bottom here. On the back of the credential that you'll get when you go through registration, we'll have your daily schedule on it. And then any fun events happening through the week that we want you to know about, as well as my contact and Britt's contact information. So you always have to have your credential on anyways. So this is a great place to just consult. Okay, where am I supposed to be? What time? And if I need to get a hold of anyone, what are the numbers? So yeah, I think that's it for this piece. All right. A couple of just kind of random FAQs that often come up. Family members, can they ski with me? The answer to that is it depends. We don't want any family member to slow down your progress in a lesson. And so if they're attending, they've registered for the event, and they're out skiing with you, we would say, let's see how it goes. We're willing to give it a shot if it works. But there would be there just as sort of a tag along, and it wouldn't be a lesson for them per se. For those of you that are bringing a friend or a caregiver from BAMC or Walter Reed, we will have group lessons for those folks set up. So if you are a guest that knows that you do or do not want a lesson, I'd encourage you to let us know now so that we can make adjustments as needed. Should I be worried about altitude sickness? No, I think it makes it worse the more you worry about it. It just is. It may affect you this year. It may have never affected you before. All you can do is prepare for it. So hydrate, make sure that you understand that, yeah, it's going to feel a little bit different. You might feel a little bit lightheaded, out of breath, and give yourself some grace. Take your time getting around, build an extra time, and just be open and honest with us and communicating if you are feeling a little bit off. We do have some medical folks that will be there with us. And we also, if we need to, have an urgent care locally to go to as well. So just be transparent. We're there to help. Will I have a roommate? In most cases, the answer to this question is yes, or we have plans. So if you do not want a roommate, that is something that you should talk to either your therapist if you're with BAMC or Walter Reed, or if you're a scholarship, you should discuss that with Britt, and we will see what accommodations we can make at this point. I know a few of you do plan on bringing service dogs, and so we frequently get the question of, can I leave my service dog in the learn to ski room during my lesson? Unfortunately, no. As much as we love to see them and cuddle with them, there's a lot happening there, and it is a bit of coordinated chaos. So we recommend that you leave your service dog in your room, or sometimes you can find dog walkers or people to check in on them with a friend, etc. But unfortunately, other than a visit, they can't be left unsupervised in the Learn to Ski room. As far as those free clinics go, if you didn't register for them, some of them you may see it during your registration process. Don't stress about going back in and registering for them. We will get a hold of you the day before and say, hey, would you like to go? In most cases, we're able to accommodate those last minute ones. So you can just see how the week's going. If you're feeling too tired to do yoga at 7 a.m. in the morning, that's okay. Or if you want to skip your afternoon lessons and try sled hockey instead, that's okay too. We can make adjustments. So again, open communication. Just let us know if you do want to change any of that. Changes throughout the week. How do I stay aware of those changes? The app. The answer is the app. We will send push notifications through there, whether that be something about an upcoming event. Sometimes there's challenges through there to earn points or an opportunity to, win a GoPro or something like that. There's also things like letting us know occasionally there's going to be a blast of snow because they are trying to get rid of the avalanche danger. So they will give us a heads up through the notification that will be happening so that folks know. So that is definitely your best option. Can I get into town from Beaver Run? Absolutely, yes. It is not super far. Frequently, it's very snowy if you elect to walk on the sidewalks or roll on the sidewalks, but there is a shuttle that runs from the lobby that you can request. I don't remember how late it goes at night, but I'll confirm that before I send out this follow-up information. But there is a shuttle that will bring you to many places throughout town. There's a grocery store if you want to go get some groceries or snacks, things like that. And generally speaking, it's just a really cute little downtown if you want to go visit and do some holiday shopping yourself. So I think that is about it. Any questions, Britt? Anything in the chat?
Yep. So how can folks access this presentation later for either themselves or partners, clinicians, etc. to watch?
Yeah, so we have recorded this meeting. I can also just share out the standalone PowerPoint as a PDF for you. So all this information will be in there, as well as the links that Britt shared throughout. We also will be sending you an email that week before, probably that December 2nd week, with just some final information that is going to really recap a lot of the things that we talked about this evening. But if there's things that you have questions about, again, feel free to email us at any point.
Thanks, Dana. Harvey has a comment, not a question. FYI, you are not allowed to leave service dogs in the hotel room during the day. Dana, would you like to confirm that?
I would love to confirm that that's true, and it does feel right from what I remember, but I will confirm that prior to sending this email out after here.
Okay, perfect. Does the resort provide shower chairs and other room items that might be needed?
They can. So during the registration process, you were asked a number of questions about what accessibility needs you have. So as long as you feel like what you put in your registration is everything that you need, we will relay that information to the hotel. If you have concerns or you don't think you relayed it clear enough, again, this last page here I'll share has our email addresses. Just let us know. Anything really up until December 5th, we can relay and move around to make sure that we can accommodate your needs as best as possible.
Yeah. And to clarify from Harvey's point, dogs are not allowed in the hotel room when you're not present. So obviously they're fine when you're in the room, but obviously when you're not there.
Yeah.
Dana can confirm that in the email.
Mm-hmm.
Can you clarify meal accommodations for the week?
Yeah. So what will happen is when you come to registration, we will give you what we call meal vouchers for the week. But this year, it's going to look more like a credit card and function like a credit card throughout the Beaver Run campus. And there's a couple of places. There's a deli and a restaurant. And it will be a set value, which I don't, at the top of my head, I don't have right now, but we will have that information for you. Michaela might drop it in the chat here because she's also listening in. So those are to make up for the meals that we are not covering, which are those ones we talked about before. So lunch we consider covered, the banquet meals, and the warfighter welcome dinner. So that is meant to help offset the cost of the meals not included there. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think that's $15 per meal for so many meals. So we'll get that information to you all. If folks are interested in sled hockey and yoga, should they let us know ASAP or the day of?
If people know they're interested now, absolutely let us know as soon as possible. Otherwise, it was Harvey and Nikki question?
No, this is Victor's question.
Okay. You can let us know now or let your therapist staff member know at any point and they will relay it to us. We'll make sure you get signed up and transportation to the sites that are offering them.
Victor says his wife and him are interested.
Lovely. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, sled hockey will take place off campus. So we will arrange for transportation back and forth for you guys to participate in that.
Perfect. Any other questions from anyone?
Also, just to reiterate that voucher piece for the meals, because it is a credit card, if you lose it, it's gone. So it's treat it like a credit card, because if you lose it, somebody else could swipe it. It's not necessarily unique to you per se. So be very, very careful.
Well, I don't see any other questions in the chat or in the Q&A, so I think that is everything for now, Dana.
All right. Well, we'll stay on here for a couple minutes. Feel free to drop things in the chat if you have anything else. We will be in touch with you probably a lot more times in the next 2.5 weeks here, but mostly we're just really excited to meet you all, excited for a really fantastic week, and hope everyone has a lovely holiday, and we will see you soon.